Hello everybody, this is GenGift here, showing you a Category C Scandinavian motorized deck. Which isn't exactly something I was expecting you to do, but this is one of my decks in the many random decks I have, because I only play random decks now when I play games. I just hit random, whatever deck I get is whatever deck I play. I've got some 60-odd decks. And this is a Scandinavian deck. No Scandinavian nation in particular. I've got mostly Sweden and Denmark. And then there's some Norway and so on. Yeah, nothing particularly special. Couple of FOBs, some supply helicopters, command unit. Not many of them, unfortunately. Truck-mounted infantry. Ran out of infantry. Actually, ran out of transport more than infantry. Because I could deploy 2 more of those, but I can't because I don't have any trucks. Give me more APCs, damn it! That's right, Eugen. We need more APCs. The Scandinavians don't have the infantry. And, yep, some craptastic mortars. Some really crappy tanks. This is a 1980 deck. Nothing newer than 1980. Now, you're probably wondering why I'm showing you this deck, because, hey, it's a piss-poor 1980s deck. With, like, nothing in it. Nothing of any real interest, at the very least. Except for this, which is, largely true. And yet... oh, except for this stuff, because the Navy's not actually limited to 1980, ever. And even then, the Congo is the only thing that's newer with the 1991. 1979, 1980... oh, 1982! Tomcat. But... you'll see, this wasn't a battle that involved Navy, so it's kind of irrelevant. As all my stuff is 1980 in this deck. Let's see the battle. And here we go. The battle will be starting very shortly. This will be a half-hour replay. On this day, Tuesday, August 19th, 2014. One of the most amazing battles I've ever seen has happened. I wish I was broadcasting this when it happened, but I wasn't. It was just a lot of silence of, well, disbelief. Yeah, and I am truly some people's absolute worst nightmare in this game. Oh my god. Let's get through deployment, shall we? Let's speed this up. Nice that they added this little bar. I don't want to speed it up too much because then the thing goes wiggy and doesn't work right. Yay. I deploy my usual thing. Okay, game started. Pause. What do we have? I have deployed... oh, come on. It doesn't actually highlight my own units anymore? Yeah. I've got 2 command units. One here, with 4 helicopters of Special Forces, really good troops. A Lynx over here, and I'm going to be taking this place and this place. I've also got infantry going here. And, I'm not going through what everybody else has. I didn't even look. And, I just trusted everybody to do their job. That's all I can do in these 10v10s, is that trust your fellow players to do their job. And pray they do it. And my team did it. A very good day. So, let's see what the enemy's doing. Now mind you, I am using a Scandinavian Category C 1980s deck. I'm up against Category A's. T-72s, BMP-1Ds, T-72s actually not old, not new equipment. Oh, they got some T-72Bs. I don't know why. Oh, look at that, 1973. Okay, fair enough. And they do the standard thing, move that guy up, they're moving this UAZ up, some books. They've got that guys going there, they have, some of them have flared to mark their location. They're heading off with force in this direction. Let's keep it going ×2, because not much happens. Me and my allies move up and secure the positions that we marked or claimed or whatever. Going quite well. Enemy team is doing the same. Quite well. That guy provided a distraction for me. And he wants help. Sheepmaster holds this flank quite well, so... As I said, my entire team did very well and did exactly what they needed to do. That's... pausing. Good use. I'm going to say that. Yeah, they didn't get much. They got 2 chieftains in the fire. But what this does is it screens these helicopters and everything from the anti-aircraft and anything that advances over here from being shot at from this direction. It also blocks line of sight. Good use of fire. Very good use of fire. This guy, I'm going to call him Win, because there's Win in his name, which is kind of hard to tell, I know. But, Win. I'm going to call him Win. He's right there. Win is. I'm going to call him Win. He moved into India and took it. Not really with a command unit, but he took it with infantry, which was kind of something I don't usually see a lot of people with the initiative to move in like that. Good part on him. This guy is preparing very nicely. Mirage. Yeah, one of the few times players don't put anything in there. It's a good bet that they're going to put stuff in there. This guy's preparing to attack over there after covering his deployment with fire, which was very good. And you know what? That's actually good use of these helicopters, because a lot of people don't defend Mike. Same goes over here. They don't really always defend it very well, and this guy took a gamble. Could have actually made more with it, but he took a gamble and won, kind of, so that was good on his part. And here, the T-34 charge. I'm never going to knock a T-34 charge. I do them a lot myself. If some of you guys watching have seen some of my older videos from, like, the previous versions of War Game, you know how I like a good T-34 charge. Usually to their deaths. But, whatever. They're T-34s, it's packed, that's what they do. And this turns into a rather nasty fight here in this area, which will cause problems later on. Abrams show up. I get kind of annoyed with it all. You'll see the bomber come in shortly. Yeah. Oh! What you did not see was I launched an aircraft to fire a missile to try to get the command unit, and I missed. Didn't know it was there, but they always put it here, so if your enemy takes this thing, or this place here, the command unit's probably over here, there, or precisely where this one is, there. So just hit there. Oh look, there's my Hornets. No, those aren't my Hornets. I don't have Hornets. There's someone else's Hornets. They didn't do anything. Here comes my stuff. Some M24s, because that's a good number of the tanks I actually have in my deck. He's off. Ah, there's my F-16A. Hey, T-34s! And the SK-60Bs come in. Catch! Boom. 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 Now I'll have these guys run in and just fire a round off. Slaughtered a bunch of anti-aircraft defense in the process. I love these SK-60Bs. They're incredibly handy. I mean incredibly handy. 60-point aircraft, and the missile they fire has a high explosive of 10. It can punch through just about anything. And it is kind of going pretty standard, really. These guys rushed here, didn't cap this right away, now they're capping it. And usually when that happens, this area is left open, but no one really attacks up this area. Which is reasonable, because you attack up this area, being attacked from here, and you're being attacked from there, you get flanked on both sides. But it's going pretty standard, with the exception of this, which we still have and we're still fighting in. That's kind of unusual. We got this. If anything, it's going much better for the NATO than usual than Pact. But it's still not that unusual a game. As I'm just flying around looking at the map, which really isn't helping anyone follow. You can always watch the mini-map. So the fighting continues here. This guy starts throwing yaks out, which... wonderful way to get all your aircraft killed. Yeah, you got my M24s. They're 10 bucks a pop. Don't care. They're just fast. I could have used the M48s first, but I didn't. I should have. So yeah, they got a good anti-aircraft force here. Sometime I send some aircraft over and they all get killed. There's fighting going on here. That guy's asking for help. Does he recover? I don't know. I wasn't paying attention to the right side of the map. Usually I pay more attention to it than I was, but... well, you'll see. Yeah, I think he's going to recover pretty nicely. These T-62Ms are slaughtering everything. T-62Ms are halfway decent. This guy does a nice push over here. He doesn't send the anti-air... well, he doesn't send in his flak fast enough. This guy keeps sending in aircraft. They just move into their deaths repeatedly. And this is over here pretty standard so far. Bit light and papa on our side. Ah, good job on this guy. He takes Mike. Or at least removes the enemy presence. And wonder when he'll get a command unit in there. Oh, I think that was my plane. Yeah, I think that was my plane. Oops. Yeah, this guy comes up with his stuff. Leopard 2. He should have hit this with artillery first, but he might not have any. And he didn't request any, so... that guy wants infantry in there. Didn't notice. Wasn't carrying. Okay, so they're prepping their attack, which really worked quite well. I'll show you that as it goes on. These guys are doing quite well over here. They're trying to get reinforcements in. My team is doing particularly well, I have to say that. These guys bring in a lot of, or try to bring in a lot of anti-aircraft, but it all gets killed when it comes down from the hill, so much of the anti-aircraft he has is stuck up there. Butts, Humvees. I start to bring out my mortars now. But yeah, there's general fighting over here, this area, along here obviously in the center, and this guy is starting to move in over here. The enemy is. And Death did a good job attacking. Here this guy's moved in. Evolution's calling for help. Doesn't get it in time, but he is getting artillery support. It just wasn't enough. That Abrams is showing his flank. That's kind of bad. They're trying to engage. The Abrams goes no. Boom. Denied. A little group of M24 starting to form up. These things, I deploy all these from here. Yeah, they're shit. It's just kind of pretty steady over here. Not that much fighting anymore, just between this tank and these scouts. And the scouts are only armed with a frag launcher, so that doesn't help them any. And he's flying his helicopters over fire, and they did not panic. You are lucky, my friend. Very lucky. Why you're not sending a command unit in there, I don't know. And Hotel is in here. This guy, what's his name? I'm gonna call him Upgrade. Upgrade is in there. Reader is attacking through there. And I have a phone call of flipping course. Okay, phone call done. Let's take care of the rest of this. This guy is pressing the attack very nicely. I think this guy really actually helped out a lot, because it drew a lot of their forces here into Lima to try to protect the rear. I think that's more handy than many people realize. It'll be a hell of a lot more handy than many people realize. It is more... distracting the enemy can be more effective than killing them. Ritter distracted them very nicely by breaking into their rear and hitting Lima. Now, really, by no means is this the end of the game for anybody. Lima, you lost the left flank to them. They lost their parts of their left flank. I'm still amazed there's no command unit in Mike. That's really tactically important to put in here because you get reinforcement points there. But, oh well. What ifs? Ah, yes, here come my mortars, which begin firing. Badoop. Yeah, this is the heaviest artillery I can call it in this deck. 107mm mortars. That's it. Best I've got. So we start hammering them with these mortars. And I did that with the initial intention of stunning all the anti-aircraft. I forgot they changed how many rounds are dropped, and I was expecting them to keep firing for a while. Yeah, that's one plane down, 2 planes down. That wasn't supposed to happen. Thank you, Eugen. I forgot. Thanks for updating the game so that the mortars aren't quite as effective as I'd anticipated, because they only fire 3 rounds now. I really needed them to fire longer. But oh well. This guy has launched his attack into Papa. At some point... Oh, that's moving. It's not dead, it's just moving. Got his artillery in there. It's a slow-moving attack, but it's done well enough that this guy isn't able to do much about it. Which is a good job on him. Well supported by smoke and fire. This is how you do an attack. These guys still don't have a command unit, Mike, and they're starting to close the vice grip on November. Now that we have Hotel, I go to launch a tank attack, and I move it just in time to avoid the, what is that, a Smirch? Yeah, Smirch fire. I start the attack just in time to avoid the Smirch fire. It could have been the Irrigant. No, the Irrigant's still fully loaded. And that's high explosive. So I send in the M24s. Mind you, they spawned here. Staged there. Q move over to here. They never make it. This battle here goes on for a while. Bodrick and Death did a very nicely executed attack over here. Slow moving but nicely executed set piece attack pattern. And there go my M24s. Moving in. Did that guy seriously just artillery his own stuff? Probably. And these guys are putting the final vice grip into November. Why is there still no command unit? Using up fuel unnecessarily. So my M24s just keep going. World War II tanks. I know it's yeah, 1943. That's the year. 1943. Good year. Up against that, they don't even stand a chance. Granted, the helicopters. This is really excessive overkill. Crack-on missiles. These are not worth Kraken missiles. At all. And then Mi-24P is killing my guys very effectively. This infantry unit did not end up in the correct spot at the correct time. Oh yeah, the Mi-24s run out of fuel right there. They spawn in here, die here because they've run out of fuel. Go figure. But oh well, they absorb all the munitions that these guys had to offer. Everything soaked up by these 4 infantry units and the tanks. Every single little bit of equipment. The enemy continue to move into Papa. Their slow-moving attack executed very well in my set-piece battle. I keep saying that because they did well there. As usual, one flank collapses, the other flank does well, and these guys are attacking, which is good. because it slows down most of the players elsewhere. And I got more mortars now. So it quiets down here for a little bit. This side fights for quite some time yet. By slow-moving, I mean this was a slow-moving battle, with attacks and counterattacks and everything else. And the guy who is here, Sheep, is doing a good job holding. What helps is how slow this attack is going. These guys are not moving very fast, so it gives Sheep plenty of time to move in. Yeah, that takes care of that. Mortars can kill tanks. There was a tank at one time. There isn't a tank anymore. So yep, they're holding up this here. Mi-24Ps are now over there. Rearmed, I believe. They put a command unit in Kilo. Ignore Mike and ignore November. Not how I would have done it, because I view the spawn here, once you're on the enemy side, more important than the points. Because instead of driving from way the frick back here, or here, and using fuel to get there, you can just spawn there and you have the fuel all there for when you attack. You don't have to resupply anything. Guy sends his Abrams in, poking over the top, seeing what's there. Finds infantry. Reserve shoots in. Don't hit the Abrams. Oh yes, they just did. And Sheep is getting pushed back into the corner over here. Talk about close-range artillery support. Okay, so we push into here. I've got my M24s moving up. I put in some supply helicopters. And where is that command? There's the command unit. Command unit's moving in. The hell hats are they wearing? Oh, that's a texture bug. What a retarded freaking hat. I'm wearing a cardboard box. I painted it with foliage. I think it's Sheep by himself. Yeah, Sheep Master is by himself. I wonder where Major's fighting. Because Major Killer's stuff is around here. He hasn't been pushed yet. Is he the guy who's over here with me, or...? No, I'm by myself. Oh, nope, it's Gwyn's. It's Win. Win's over there. Move to command unit. Never. Recon sent over with a couple supply helicopters. The enemy has no recon. We have taken this, and there is no scouting to see what we're doing. I'm completely unobserved at this point. He is sending a BTR-70 over. Which direction is he going to take at this crossroads? Do not know. But I noticed they take this, so... Napalm! Napalm away! Here come the bombers! And... eat it, Pact. There's a load of freedom for you. Everything died. Moving on. That really slowed them down. They did manage to napalm the enemy command unit. Oh well, my guys are maneuvering into position now. People are being hurt, artilleried. I don't know what this guy is mobilizing behind the mountain. He's got a lot to fight against. They still don't have Mike! They did take November! Oh, there we go. The command unit is finally there, just needs to be unloaded. My guys try to be annoying with these aircraft, and suddenly these things come in. At which point my aircraft, I decide to go get the fuck out, my aircraft pull out, because SKs are not anti-aircraft units, just run. The enemy missed, thankfully, and then get shot down by F-16 along with F-2s, 52s. Just slaughtered by them. And so what I've done, because it's unobserved, and I know that because my recon helicopter's looking, I have units here and I have units here. I'm currently refueling the ones down here because there's no fuel in them. Or at least they're rather lower than I wish them to be, like half. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to attack through these valleys. Since they're not looking, they have no defense and don't have the slightest clue as to what I'm doing in a moment. Oh, those are still alive. Bollocks. I thought I killed them. On this side, my allies doing a very good job attacking, and they're doing a very good job holding. Except I don't know what this guy is doing, driving forward with these things, but he is. And it bogs down there, goes not that far. Let's go over here and watch. This is where I start to have some fun. I send this guy around this way, just by himself. The only recon they have is this, and this is completely undefended. These guys are moving around the rear of Delta. And this is about the time they start to realize something has gone horrendously wrong. Maybe. I don't even think they're paying attention at the moment. We'll watch and see how long it takes for them to start marking. So I've got these tanks coming. These guys spot the command unit and kill it. These guys, mind you, this is a 1951 unit, a scout car. I believe these are actually used in World War II. Yeah, I think they're the Greyhound scout car from World War II. This is going up into Echo, which is completely and utterly undefended. I thank this guy over here, Ritter, for distracting them so much. Drives right into the rear, captures supply depots, destroys Ergens. These guys hit the enemy in the flank over here. I just work my way through what's in Delta. And the recon expose all the infantry. The reserve shoots them just for the tanks to utterly annihilate. And this guy continues driving down the road. Fast moving, just ripping through the area. No one's reacted yet. There's no marks, there's no nothing. Start shooting at that. Boom. Echo is clear of enemy command now. And my men are moving forward, taking out these things. T-55 is here. That's kind of annoying for my guys. But nothing we can't handle. And I was expecting this guy to react with his Mi-24D, but he doesn't. So these guys have been hiding behind the hill, anticipating this to fly over the hill and be within range of the M2 Browning, but they never do. So I just go, whatever. The attack here has gone fairly well for the enemy. They send their command unit back in again. All Sheep has left is O2 harpoons there. And my M8s are driving through, killing command units in the rear. Like nobody's business. I get bored of sitting there. Because this guy is clearly not reacting to what I've just done. They're too busy over here, they're too busy here, and then they're also too busy here to pay attention. There's no flares or marks. Situational awareness was lacking here. And my force that was here decided to go, you know what, let's attack. So they start attacking. You see that recon, kill it. These guys have moved forward. They're starting to machine gun that. Enemy command just died from these guys. And these guys are ganging up on this poor Mi-24D now. And I start marking need command units. Meanwhile, the enemy is still too distracted over here and over here to notice what's going on. They have to start to realize this at some point. There's no flares or anything saying, hey guys, there's something very seriously wrong here. So I've cleared Echo, I've cleared Alpha, and my tanks are now chewing through, the ones that still have fuel, this is why I resupplied those, the anti-aircraft defense in Bravo. And I send these guys down the road, fast move, this direction. They still haven't really reacted. Boom! Another command unit dead. Oh! This guy has noticed this attack. And off go my scout cars. These things go 150 kilometers on road and 95 kilometers an hour off road. Very fast units. I don't know whose that is. It's Majors. A lot of the stuff dies. And this guy's got... Sheep Master has a command unit in there stopping them. So off go my armored cars. Ripping through these things. Moving as fast as they possibly can into the enemy rear at Charlie. And then Derek decides to start deploying HOTS, which was a good idea because I can't do too much against that. These things used to be armed with 20mm cannons, which could kill helicopters at decent range, but they're not anymore. They got a 37mm rapid-fire gun, the M6, which is a pre-World War II weapon. And Sheep is sent a command unit over there, and Major and Sheep have sent a command unit into Echo. And Mirages and Super Retards and everything have started to move in there, and Leopards are now ripping through Foxtrot. And look, Charlie no longer has an enemy command unit in it. And these guys go in there and start stealing cargo trucks. So... Derek is now screwed. His nearest reinforcement point is over here. There's no reinforcement point for him over there. Good use of napalm. Wasn't gonna destroy them. In fact, they all get out. But yeah, Derek is essentially just utterly screwed. And my guys do their darndest to kill those, but I don't actually have much in the way they can. The 60Bs did some damage. Broderick has now surrendered, and at this point I really don't blame him because he's screwed. Completely surrounded over here with no way of getting reinforcements. I've never seen that happen. I'm deploying a bunch of M48s to help the push over here, but it's actually completely irrelevant now. And these guys are pushing into Lima, and they're about to take Lima. And we've got the enemy supply depots. They barely even used any of their supply at this point of the battle. We've captured near full supply depots. I'm just trying to kill these T-55s. It's now too late for my M48A5s to join in the battle. I tried to help the guy because he asked for it, and my men did not get there in time. M48s aren't nearly as fast. That's my aircraft to finish the battle once and for all. Or so I thought. There's 2 more command units down here. So now the enemy have no ability to resupply whatsoever. They can't deploy. There's nothing they can do at this point. They've got some artillery and anti-aircraft, but they don't have the equipment they need to carry this fight on. I'm amazed. Whoever's left, congrats on not surrendering. This guy leads a counterattack in this direction, which would work out quite well because now we're the ones that don't have defenses over there, but we have complete and total air superiority, so it doesn't matter that much. They also come out here and start trying to kill this command unit. That's my reply to that attempt. Nearly kill that in the process. He's napalming my M24s. Pretty good move. Pumas are moving in. And I'm deploying IKV-91s. But they don't even... these guys don't even get far. That T-55 gets into the area. But now they're just surrounded by aircraft. And picked apart. They did get the command unit, though. Which is good on them. And my armored cars come this way to take out this tank that's sitting there. I lose a couple of them, but at this point it's just, whatever. It takes multiple shots from a 37 to kill it. That thing dies, and these tanks are walking smack dab into a hastily prepared infantry ambush. And we're about to win on points, as this is what's left of the enemy army that can fight. Hey look, my M24s are still shooting. Tornado drops its bombs. Cluster, nope, iron. I need to take that, don't I? Yes, I do. We'll be back in a moment. Yeah, so that phone call's done. It's the scam people that are trying to call around people going, oh, your computer's generating serious errors. Please dial and press 1 to talk to a Microsoft certified engineer. I built this thing. I know it like the back of my hand, so fuck off. Ding. Let's continue on. We're about to win on points. There's not much left to this. Harpoons are ripping through. They're low on fuel, too. They're gonna get that command unit. It's not what ends the game, though. At this point, there's barely even any anti-aircraft left. And... what finishes it? Who gets the last kill? Don't know. Didn't see it. So, yeah. Crushing defeat for Pact. I didn't get that much in the way of points. But there's a lot to be learned from that battle. One, it is sometimes more effective to simply distract the enemy than it is to kill them. Because the one guy had him distracted on the other side of the map. Didn't really progress very far very quickly, but he had him distracted and had him forced over on their left flank. Their right flank was entirely exposed to my fast, very rapid-moving scout units and tanks. And it was textbook armored breakthrough. Into the rear of the enemy, dismantled their rear end. Textbook. Not that the enemy didn't do bad either. The guy who was on the enemy's right was doing very nice set-piece attacks into our left. And worked out very well, but yeah, his rear was dismantled by me. So, all that effort went to naught on his part. Yeah, so a 1980s deck clearing the entire rear of the enemy on the left side of our map. So, yeah, 1980s look like shit. Don't underestimate them. Fun game for me. Fun game for the team. I don't think... oh, this guy got a negative kill-to-death ratio. Freaking good job, Butthead. These two just kind of broke even. Sheep did a good job. In fact, just about everyone, I'm going to say this, everyone did a good job. It wasn't the fact that they were just, the opposing team, it wasn't like they were bad. They just got terribly outplayed. Terribly outplayed. Highlights the importance of recon. Always cover those gaps. Because someone like me might come through with very fast-moving units and go, look, a gap, and rip your rear end to shreds. Have a good day, everybody. I had fun. See you later.